What's up everybody, Silver here with another Halo 5 Guardians Achievement Guide. This time we are doing part 10 of 12 for our Halo 5 Guardians Legendary Solo Run-Through. This is the level Genesis, and we are going to start on top of the Guardian here as Locke. So this is the part of the mission where you gotta run down this big Guardian down to the planet below, and it reminds me a lot of the Halo Reach customs on Forge maps where you just had a ton of debris falling down like a really steep ramp, and you had to try to find your way to the top without getting splattered by all the debris falling down. But in this case we're running down towards the planet, not up, like in those custom games I was just talking about. But anyway, this is part of the mission where it encourages you to jump and run and boost as fast as possible down this thing. But you might have trouble doing that, and if you do, don't worry, you could just, walk down at your own pace. Make sure you do keep pushing forward though, because there is a time limit actually. If you spend too much time on the Guardian, you will blow up and die. So you want to keep moving forward, but don't feel like you have to jump and boost forward all the time into all these enemies. There's not too many enemies, and they actually have very low health and shielding. So one shot basically will take off the shields of the soldiers, and then you can just headshot them for the kill. So that's nice at least. And you have infinite ammo. As you can see, I'm reloading, and I still have full ammo in my battle rifle here. But yeah, again, take it as fast as you want to. You could just sprint down as fast as possible, which is doable. But if you want to take it slow, that is also an option. So here we go. We are approaching the end here. Once you get to this point, you will find that your control is taken over, and you're just falling to the surface now. So this is a little scripted moment, nothing to do here. And we're falling, we are falling, and we're going through the clouds. And now we're down on Genesis, so we use our little boost to break the fall there. So here we go. We're on the planet. Done with that first section. And we're going to boost over to this doorway here. Nothing crazy here. I'm going to skip this part because it's just an elevator ride down, so I skipped like 45 seconds. Once you get to the bottom, a Scorpion tank will be warped in for you. Thank you very much, Exuberant Witness. And we are going to use this tank throughout the entire level, actually. By design, the level is not intended for you to use the tank the entire time, but we are going to do it anyway because we don't care about the rules. So we're going to just slowly and methodically take out all these enemies. Don't move out too far because you don't want all these enemies shooting at you at once. You want to keep your tank in good working order because we want to use it hopefully for the entire mission. Also, there's an achievement, I believe, to get the tank all the way to the point where you're supposed to be able to get it. But we're going to get it past that point. So I took out that turret even though there was nobody on it, just in case somebody decided to get on it. Don't want that to be an option for the enemies there. And then there's going to be a soldier and some crawlers here. Nothing to worry about too intensely here. Just warp in. And there will be like a Phaeton up ahead here. There's going to be some ghosts. There's going to be a Wraith. There's going to be turrets. I don't want to be... I'm almost flipping over here. Don't want that. You can see the Forerunner turret on the right. I'm ignoring him at the moment. I'm shooting out this Wraith. I should be shooting the turret, though. Fortunately, the turret is distracted, however, so that's good news. But we're just going to take him out. Again, you should probably take him out first, but I took out the Wraith. But we're all good. So we're going to move forward. Again, don't, just barrel forward. You want to slowly get in here, and then additional enemies will spawn, and you can take them out as they spawn in. You don't want to just go all the way to the end here, because that'll spawn everybody, and then you have to fight a lot of people all at once instead of just one wave at a time. So we got the Phaeton up here, so we're going to shoot him, and you can see oftentimes I'll have my the front of my tank hiding behind something, while the back of my tank is poking out and shooting things. That's because the enemies, all of the enemies in the game, actually shoot at where you are in the tank, which is the front. So if you're hiding the front of the tank behind something, they'll shoot at that, and they won't be able to hit you, while the back of your tank could poke its head out and shoot, which is awesome. So they'll always aim at you. So we haven't really seen a good example of that at this point, but that's why I'm backing up like so right here, because I can poke my my gun out in the back and keep my front safe. And once you get to this point, you can see there was some Promethean warping sounds and lights, the light show that goes off. That means there are 3 knights up here now, and I should be turned around because there's a knight that always spawns right there with an incineration cannon, which he just hit me, and I took a lot of damage from that, so that's not a good thing. I should have turned around and gone like this. I should have been oriented like this, so I could poke my head around and shoot him without fear of him shooting me. But that was, I guess it was good I did that, so it's a nice example of what not to do. But again, there are additional knights. I apologize if I suck at random points during this. My HDMI cable was like cutting in and out while I was recording this with my capture card. I have one good HDMI cable, which goes from my Xbox to my capture card, and then my capture card to TV HDMI cable is going the way of the dinosaur. It is almost totally dead, so I gotta buy a new one of those. But anyway, so yeah, quite often actually my screen cut out for like a half second or something while I was trying to shoot, which was really annoying. So I apologize for the terrible shooting. Also, some of these shots I just missed on my own. You'll never know which ones. But yeah, not an excuse for all the shots, but definitely some of the shots were astray from that nonsense happening. But anyway, it was like another skull added on, except it was a physical skull with my hardware. Alright, we're coming to the next section. Here again, basically the same thing. We want to stay back. We don't want to dive in here all crazy, all willy-nilly. We want to stay back, shoot the enemies from afar. We have infinite ammo with this tank, so why not use it? And we could shoot it very far. No need to close the gap and get all up in the enemy's business. There's a couple wraiths here. There's a turret. There's that banshee I already took out. Once we take out all these enemies in the area, there will be more enemies that spawn in. So don't close the gap on this soldier just because he's the last one. Because once you kill him, there will be more people warping in. Like so. Look at that. What I tell you, I'm not gonna lie to you. More people come into existence. They warp in. Not really fair. We can't warp in. We can't warp in more AI friends here. But I guess they can, so whatever. That's why it's legendary. But anyway, come up here, come to the top, and inch your way forward ever so slightly, and a knight with an not an infusion cannon. That's not a thing. An incineration cannon will spawn up top here, and you want to make sure you're very far away, and you want to just touch the edge of his spawn location. So he spawns in, and if you just straight up drive on top of that bridge, he's gonna take you out because he's got that big old gun, and it takes 2 or 3 hits with the tank to kill him actually. So you probably won't have time to kill him before he kills you, especially if your tank is weak like mine is. But anyway, there's a Phaeton in this area. I'm just gonna drive up and get enemies to spawn in. You can see I moved up and now I'm moving back. So I moved up to get those knights to spawn in, so I can start taking them out. And again, we're just going to back up and use the tank to our advantage. Infinite ammo, fairly long range. It's not a sniper, it's not precise, but I mean, it's precise enough. So we got knights hiding behind those rocks. We have a wraith is actually always on the left side. We saw that Phaeton. I think the AI are fighting each other here, like the Covenant and the Prometheans are fighting each other, which is nice. So they start thinning their own numbers there. So I think the Phaeton was taken out for us, which is nice. But there's always a wraith on the left behind those rocks, which you can see coming out now. So watch out for him. Once you kill all the knights, don't just run over there, because there is a wraith. Unless the Phaeton took out the wraith, but then there'd be a Phaeton. So you're always dealing with something. But we're going over here. We're pretty much done with this section. There is another wraith, I believe, around the corner. So you're not home free yet. There he is. I should be sticking out my backside and not my front side in order to more safely take care of this wraith. But he's dead, so we're good. We're going to sit here for a few seconds, and there will be a bridge that activates, a light bridge here. Exuberant Witness has some things to say. I guess we could hang out and listen to him. I guess I could have cut out these seconds here, but whatever. That's alright. And we're going to move across, and this is the last section you're supposed to be able to use the tank. So we're going to shoot the warden. The warden appeals. The warden appears, and the 2 turrets also appear, but I'm just going to ignore the turrets. And you can see I'm just poking my backside out so I could shoot the warden, and I'm keeping my front side fairly safe. That turret's killing me, but, you know, whatever. He's not that powerful. And my tank is not that unhealthy. Ideally, I would have taken no damage, but that's alright. So, this is the last section, again, that we're supposed to use the tank, but we could easily, and I emphasize easily, go over into this area with the tank. Just kind of ride up on that left side with your tank treads, and you could easily go through. This took like no practice. I just tried it one day, and it just worked on my first try. So it's not like you have to master, you know, finagling your way through this little area. You just do it, and then you go over here, and there's another warden battle. You have to fight 2 wardens at the same time, and a bunch of soldiers and crawlers and knights. We're just gonna kill the 2 wardens from far away with our tank. So that's well, I don't know. I lost my vocabulary. It's nice. It's great. Yeah. So here we go. The warden's gonna spawn on the left and the right. I always take out the left one first for no reason. I just like to. So you can see I'm positioning my tank down at the bottom of this ramp. And the reason I'm doing that is because, as you can see, I could shoot the top of the warden and damage him, and when he does his awesome purple orb thing that flies at me, it does not hit me. It hits the top of the ramp because the direct line, point A to point B, between that orb forming and me is, there's some ramp in the way, so it blocks it for me. Meanwhile, my turret on the top, which is a little higher than me, can shoot him. So we're going to use that detail to our advantage, and now we're going to focus our attention on the warden on the right. Accidentally shot the top of the ramp there, but we're going to keep shooting at him. And I shot the ramp again. And now he's moving. He's on the move. Unfortunately, I didn't shoot him enough to get him to stay there because I hit the ramp a couple times. But if you just keep shooting him time and time again, he'll keep going into that animation of him taking damage. So then you'll get it so that he doesn't move at all, and you'll just be able to kill him before he could really do anything. But that's alright. And I apologize for right here. I lost like a second or two of footage because, again, my HDMI cable was not having it during this recording. But that's alright. Nothing really happened. You saw me kill the warden in the distance anyway, so nothing. We didn't really skip anything important at all. And here we are. There are still enemies in the area, but I killed the knight. There's another knight over there. But we're just going to avoid him. You could still stay in the tank if you'd like and just clear out the area even more if you're not comfortable running past these people. But once you get to a certain point over here, the enemies actually despawn. So we are good now. They have all despawned now that we're at the back of this area. And we can proceed to the inn here. Proceed to the end of the level. Right in this doorway. Step on up. And cutscene. Alright, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch and Mixer at SilverScorpion4. And check out my podcast, HaloCompletionists. And I'll see you guys later for more Halo achievements.